Good evening and welcome. Thanks for joining me. If you're new to this channel, I'm Lee and I talk about old Casios, mainly from the early 80s, well, all the 80s, maybe some from the late 70s, like the Casio Tron stuff, and mostly from the 90s. So my collection is from the 80s and 90s, but I indulge in most Casios. And just starting to speak about G-Shocks too. So today I'm going to talk about the TV remote control watches. All these here are TV remote control watches. The ones you see at the above here are the CMD 40s, which are this type here, my favourite, and is what got me started in collecting Casios. And I thought I'd just add to the theme and put two little TVs there. Not that they're remote control, of course. Let me show you this one here, by the way, as we're on the TV theme. How cool is this TV? It's called a TV 570. And it stands like this. And if you see here, look at this here. It's got like this little part here just to shade anything coming out. It's got a huge area. I mean, bloody hell. Go fishing with this aerial. And there's a little stand at the back here. You can have it like this, or you can have it tilting back like this. And the good thing about this TV as well, you've got a few outputs on here. So you've got auxiliary here, headphones and audio and video. And on this side, I think we've got something else. Oh, just a power lead there. Volume, and what is that there? Oh, the brightness. Now, oh yeah, on the top here you got the tuning and channel call, whatever that means. God knows. Now you're probably aware of this, but now we're on digital TVs. Basically the whole world except for parts of Canada have all gone digital now. So there's no longer analog TV. So these are really surplus to requirements. You can't really use them for anything. But because of this, they are super cheap. Like, you can pick one of these up in a box, like I don't know, something like this, for under $10. Super cheap. I only got them because it's got the Casio name, and I am a huge fan. And it looks super cool. Look at this. Super cool. With this TV, I could probably connect, if you had some sort of other device, I don't know, like, let's have a little look here. Maybe like, I actually don't know, but I think you can connect something onto it. Have I got anything else at the back? No. Maybe. But I like them. And I think they're super cool. And it matches the TV remote control watches. Love that one there. So we can leave it on and waste my batteries. And there's another one here. So this one here is searching for a channel. See it there? And it's pretty cool. We got up here. What's this button here for? I have no idea. So we've got a volume. We've got contrast, and here is the channels. It's a shame because when we had analog TVs, these are just fabulous. Having a garden, camping, you've got your little TV there. It's just absolutely brilliant. But now we've got our mobile phones, we just don't really need stuff like this anymore, which is a shame, real shame. That's Casio, by the way, and that's another Casio there. Oh, that one there comes in a box like this. And the boxes are just beautiful, aren't they? Right, so today's theme is remote control watches. Now, Casio really only made 4 Casio TV remote control watches. They first came out with this one here. This one is a CMD10. Now, basically, they all came out roughly around the same time, 1 or 2 years apart, which is very strange. So this one here came out in 1992, and the rest followed around then. So 90, 92 again, 93, 94, I think this one. And the rest just followed in between. And I think other countries got them a lot quicker. Like parts of the States got this a lot quicker than the UK did. So I think this one came in the UK in 94, but in the US was a year before that. Don't quote me on that, but that's what I think I know. I'm going to go through them one by one. And by the way, please note these beautiful stands. My God. Got this from Italy. Absolutely stunning. Unfortunately, he only had 3. I paid a fortune for these as well. But a must-have. Anyway, so let's get on with it. So this is the first one. This was the CMD10 that came out. And it was the first remote control watch. And it covered... Let me show you. I should zoom in. Zoom. That's all right. I'll move it a bit closer. I'll show you. So you got the 4 buttons on the side here, and I love the way they. So that's the screen. So basically, that is the watch. And what they've done was they brought that out like an added section. Just love that. Absolutely brilliant. It just makes it more, I don't know, retro and geeky. I love all that. So this is the, so if you click here, or is it this one here? Where's my buttons? So that's the mode. So you've got a stopwatch, which is still running, dearie me. And you've got the alarm mode. So they're all basically got the same features except for the few. And then you're back onto time. And this one here covered the TV and the VCR. And you see there where I move the button and move it close and show you. See what it says there, highlighted TV. And then if you press select, it moves to the VCR. If you're quite a millennial or you're born in the 2000s and you don't know what a VCR is a videotape recorder. So you put the tape into the video recorder and it records stuff and that sort of thing. It's like a DVD player, but instead of a disc, it's basically a tape. And yeah, so that controlled that and the TV. And when this came out, it was bloody hell, like revolutionary. I mean, don't forget, some models in the 80s, like the remote control on some models, still had a wire connecting from the TV to the remote control. And they started phasing that out in 87, 88 to remote control, like infrared remote control like this is. And then 3 or 4, 5 years later, Casio brought out the wrist remote control on your watch. And it's a beautiful design, isn't it? Just absolutely stunning. Let's zoom out. The next one they brought out was this one here. Now, out of all of them, this is the most rarest, because you don't see very many of these, and I have no clue why. I can only presume they didn't make these for the UK market. And it's a completely different design. So if you see here, this one just came out a little while later, probably a year later. The infrared is here, right on the side. And the buttons here are really chunky. They made them quite thick. So look, can you see that okay? But when they brought this model out, they added a calculator mode with it. So don't forget, all of them do the TV, the VCR, and cable TVs like Sky. And if we clicked on, so here it's got TV, where is it? Select. TV there, see it, highlight, and we've got cable. But if you go to TV and click here, you can switch between both. And this one had the calculator mode. I'll press a few buttons for you, go on, a little treat. And what else? So calculator mode, we had, I think that is the time or stopwatch. And as simple as that. And you'll notice as well that on this one here, let me get my little pen. I shall show you all. I use this. This is plastic. And if you notice on here, you've got a little box here. Now that is the box. So when you press the TV mode, for example, oh, here I mean. So as soon as you press the power button, you see the infrared. It just highlights that it's a signal coming out from there. And that's what that box is there. I think only this one and the CMD40 came out with this one. The rest didn't have it. But it's quite a beautiful design still. But if you're going to collect these, you have to collect all the whole set, not just different ones. So we've got the CMD10 and we've got the CMD20B. And then after that, they come out with this one. Now, out of all of them, this is the less desirable one out of all of them. But what I do like about this one is the only one they came out with writing on the strap. The rest didn't. The rest really came out with the same sort of strap. See that one there? Got the little lines in it. They all came out with the same straps, except this one's an 18mm, this one's a 20, and so on. So this one here, so they came out, so they first brought this one out, CMD10, and then they added a calculator, and then they've done away with the calculator, and they brought out one without a calculator, but without all the side bits. So this one had a side bit connecting with the buttons, this one had a side bit connecting with the buttons, this one didn't. They simplified it. But again, you still got all the modes, the same sort of thing, TV, video, and you will have a cable on there as well. This one I think is chronograph. I think there's this one here. I don't know, I can't remember which one it is to start it. So you've got stopwatch, alarm, and back on it. None of these came with a timer, except for the last one. I think I've got to check. But yeah, you've got a little green button on the side there. That's the power. Apart from that, it's pretty basic. I mean, if you liked your basic watches, I mean, it still looks really lovely. I mean, it's uniform. So you've got the 4 buttons on the side, 3 buttons on the sides, and the 4 buttons on the front. And again, it's a great watch. The next one that came out, which is my favourite and still is to this day coming, is the, in fact, look, I'm wearing one now. It's a CMD40. They bought this one out, the CMD40, and they bought another one out. And the difference between these two, so they're both CMD40s, except one of them has a glow on the front here. And actually, there is a rare one, which I thought that they must have bought out in very tiny numbers. It was a CMD50. Now, the difference in the CMD50 was the numerics on the bottom here. They you can just do different calculations, but I don't think it was available in the UK. Now, when they first bought this one, I'll just show you, put it up here. So this is the one that got me started in Casios. So when I was in school in the early 90s, the kids would come in with one of these, and I was absolutely infatuated. This is what I wanted. The design was just absolutely out of this world. You got the red, powerful red button on the side bit, just the way the square of the frame goes. And they brought this flare art out here, and just the way the buttons are arranged, just absolutely perfect. And just like this dome effect that you've got here as well, you've got the infrared on top, just absolutely stunning. There's nothing, if I were to design a watch or had to change a look of a watch, there is nothing on this watch I can possibly change or improve. It's just absolutely stunning. So, and it's the same with all of them. You've got the time on the bottom, you've got the date on the top, and on this one you've got the square here telling you the infrared. Now this one, so no calculator, then they bought one with a calculator, and then they brought it out another model with no calculator, and guess what it did the fourth time? They brought out this one. These only had a small run, so that's had a small run for a few years. That had a small run for a few years. The CMD40 ran for at least a decade, 10 or 12 years. So this came out originally in 1992, right at the end. So, and people think they came out in 93. Well, they did, but they started selling them really at the end of 1992, Christmas time. And I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, so 92. Let's call that 93. And you could have bought them any time through any retailer that sold watches, like this model. And even, I think in 2005, 2006, they were still selling them. So if you think about it, this model here, this came, let me just zoom out. This model here is the original Japan model, and this is the packaging. This one came out in the early 2000s. No difference, exactly the same packaging, everything. Just one's a bit more worn. When they first come out, some of them, they came out in packagings like this, with a box and the little card sleeve. This one here, by the way, is absolutely brand new. Brand new. And it's called a 40B. I don't know what that is. I'm going to guess it's for American market, because this is the module 1174. This is 1175. And I can only imagine they've got the different infrared out there. But just stunning. Stunning watch. Now when this one come out here, I mean, I just look at design, it's so beautiful. And this is my daily watch. That's how amazing they are. And this is what originally got me started in loving Casios. I bought one, bought another one, bought another one. Before you know it, you're in tens of thousands of pounds of money down, and you got hundreds and hundreds of Casios. And it hasn't stopped. Still buying. So here's the calculator mode. It's just a simple 8-digit calculator. We've got the alarm mode, stopwatch, and that's it. None of these ever came out with a timer, and none of these ever came out with a light, which is a shame. But there is a clever guy on the internet, and he managed to fiddle about with his watch, and he put a light in there. Just smart. Very smart. Now, the reason why Casio didn't put a light in many of their watches, especially these with lots of functions, is because it drains on the battery, and the battery won't last 5 minutes. Can you hear that, by the way? Every minute of the day there's an alarm going off in his room. So yeah, and I love them so much, these CMD40s. I've got one here, another one here, another one here, another one here, another one here, one here, one here, one here, another one here. These 5, I've got 4 in my cabinet as well. Plus I'm wearing one. And when I see them for sale, like a good price or in job lots, I just go for it. And I carry a lot of spares for the CMD40. Like if you ever need anything, just let me know, because I have nearly anything really. I do have the seal rings for these. I have the brand new screws, obviously the batteries. I have taken these apart many times, probably hundreds of times, put them all back together. They're very straightforward electronics, and they're very reliable. Do you know what? Over the years, I probably had maybe 1 or 2 that just didn't work. The circuitry broke. It's just not been working. And I know that because of the amount of spares I have. So if you do buy one that says non-working, the chances are they are working. And if you ever buy one, by the way, and you put the battery in and it's still not working, It just, maybe it's because it's not had much power going through it. And the little hack is, you can either take the circuit out, give it a little clean with alcohol, and then put it back. That normally sorts any problem out. Another way, which is you probably don't think would ever work, is leave the battery in there for at least a week, and sometimes it just fires up. It just needs a little the cogs blowing off. But yeah, this is my my love, and it's all here in front of you. Out of all these are very widely still available. You can, I mean, there's probably 30 or 40 at any one time on eBay, but actually not as much as that. There is loads on there, but I have known the price of these just to increase year on year. Like just 2 years ago, for example, you could have picked one of these up for $75, $100 for a very good one. Now for a very good one, you're looking at $250 or equivalent to pounds. These are holding their value quite well, but a collector will buy these because they already may have one of these. The last 20-30 years, most people are buying these because it's the watch that stands out the most in their memories as a child, or the watch their parents couldn't afford and they just want to get one. And that's sometimes how people start collecting old Casios. And before you know it, oh, I like that one. Then you get one. Then you have to get the set. And before you know it, you're knee deep in Casio collecting. But I think it's a good place to put your money because most of these really do increase in value. You just have to buy good. Don't buy stuff that is all scratched and marks, because the chances are nobody's going to want it. Nobody's going to want to wear it. It's just, I don't know. Unless it's dead cheap. Hang in there, and there's always great watches. Like the way I source my watches out, I normally buy job lots of lots of other watches. So there could be 20 or 30 Seikos and just all sorts of watches. But amongst all them, there could be 10 Casios that I'm after. And I'm really buying the 10 Casios, and the rest of the watches, by the time I sorted them all out and sold them on, I got them watches for nothing. So that's how really I like to do things. Like the other day, I had to buy 100 watches because in there was like 15 Casios. I wouldn't say they're all mega rare, but they're definitely in the 80s. And the guy had a shop. He just stopped trading 20 years ago. He doesn't know what he has. So I bought the whole lot. And they're really great watches. And all I really wanted was the Casios. If the Casios weren't in there, I probably wouldn't be interested. And yeah, that's a little bit insight. Do you like my little TVs? Trying to find signal. Do you like this, by the way? This is another nice one. Oh, this is, do you remember that one the other day? I don't know, if you're new to my content, you won't remember it. But I bought, there was 3 Casios from a lady up the road selling watches. And one of them was this CA86. Another one was a calculator watch. What was the other one? I can't remember now. There was something else. I just can't remember. Yeah, and this wasn't working. The buttons weren't working. I should have done a video, but what I done was I opened the back up and had a little fiddle around, took the circuitry out, and it was a bit too late to get the camera out and start filming because I wasn't really going to do anything. I just having a little moment. I got my tools out and just started playing around, and before you know it, got it working. Yeah, nice. I've got another one of these, brand spanking new. Let me show you it. I probably showed it before to other people, but let me just show you this one here. This is actually a museum piece, not the same model. This is C80, so this is a very basic one they brought out. But look at this box. Tag. It's got the tag on here as well. I don't think I got the manual for this one, but everything is original. There's no scrapes on the back. There's not a single mark on it. It's just absolutely. Let me. Bit dusty. It's just a stunning piece. Stunning. Yeah, these boxes, by the way, absolutely beautiful. I bought something special the other day. I don't really buy it. It's a Casio, and it comes in a stunning box like this. And I just bought it because on the rarity and how lovely it looks. And yeah, when it comes, it should be here soon. I should show it on my channel. Yeah, do you enjoy that, guys? Yeah, it's a little insight on the remote control watches. And if you ever want one, of these are ones that I'm selling, except for this one, this one, this one. These 5. These are from my little cabinet, Hall of Fame cabinet, I call it. Yeah, if you ever want a Casio, best place to message me is on Instagram. I only sell my duplicates. So I've got 2 of these now, and I have got 2 of these. So this one would probably be up for sale because I've got a brand new one of these. I've got 2 of these as well. I've just got too many of these. But this one here with a glow. Oh, by the way, sorry, I forgot to mention the difference between this one and this CMD40 is this one is a glow screen, and the CMD50 that brought out was a glow screen. So this one isn't, and it didn't make very many glow screens. So if you find one at a good price, just buy it. It's a good buy, but it's got to be at a good price. Some people on the eBay are charging stupid money. There's a guy on eBay who wants, I think, like 700-800 euros for one of these. Oh my God, it's crazy. But it's been on there for years. No one's bought it. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that video. This is my favourite Casios of all time, the wrist remote control watches. I wear this one every single day, except for Monday and Tuesday and Thursday and Friday. Right, hope you enjoyed that. Any questions, put them down below. I do answer every single message, and if you want to reach me, the information is in the description on the video on Instagram. Right, thank you.